Hey everyone, hope you're well, Mr. B here. So, one of the songs we've been doing in the clubs over the last kind of term or so is a song called Branle, Englese. It's a classical piece, absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to play it for you now and then I'm going to break it down for you. So hopefully you kids can use these videos and you'll be able to use them loads and loads and really help with your playing. So yeah, good luck with it all and everyone out there just stay safe. Thanks. So folks, here we go with just going through some of the basics of this classical song, Branle Englese, if I've said it right. What I'll try and do is just take it really slowly, because this song involves you using 2 or 3 fingers if you want. Now, what I mean by that, kids, is anyone who knows this, it's very easy just to use your thumb on all the strings on your rhythm hands, so always to just do this all the time. Like that. But with this song you have to play certain strings together. Well, you have to use the thumb on this bass string, and then you might use your first finger down there, and it's like a pinching thing, isn't it, kids? Like that. So that's what you do. You do a lot of things like that. And also you'll do a lot of single notes, and you've got to use the correct finger for that. So for instance, you might do that together, and then you might do the bottom string here. Now you're not going to move your thumb down, you want to keep your thumb up there. So if you were to go down to that bottom string, which finger do you think you'd use? You're going to use this one or this one, really, it's up to you. So you could do that and then use your third finger there. Or if you wanted to keep it simpler, you could do that. But that's the idea, that if you were doing that, you'd do this finger is the one which flicks up, and the thumb is always the one which always plays the bass notes in between. So if I just play the first bit just for the rhythm side, and then I'm going to go to the other side and show you how to do it there. So for instance, the first note is that on the G string, which is the 3rd string from the bottom. So you're going to play that up. And then, because you just used that one, you're going to play the next string, which is here, and this. So that's the idea. So, quick recap. Thumb is just going to stay up here and it's going to go down like that. And then any string that you play down here, whether it's part of like a partnership where you play 2 together, that one's going to go up. And that makes sense. You probably know that when you do it. But when you play strings on their own down there, don't be tempted to do that or that or that. Just try and use that one there so you get this system working well. Now, it's quite tricky to get for me to show you a detailed view from this kind of perspective, but we can do that and then I'll bring it in a bit closer. So the first bit. So let's just go through that. So you start with, if you need the paperwork, then get in touch. But most of you have this. But if you've lost it, I'll email it to you, so don't worry. So, first note you play is a 2. So 2nd fret, that's 1, 2, that's the 2nd fret. And you're on the G string, which is the 3rd string from the bottom. Because remember, we've got E, A, D, G, B, E. So you're starting here. And you're going to use that first finger to flick up. Like that. Nice and easy. Da, da. Now the next bit you do is this. So you've done the 2 there. Sorry, my fault there. You've done the 2 there. Then you take that finger off and you put your first finger on the B string on the 1st fret. So it's that one. So you've gone. But when you go to that first fret, you're actually going to play an open A as well with it. So you're doing this. Okay? The A is the second string from the top, this one. So you're playing that with your thumb, and you're playing the first fret on the B. So you've got this. So do you see how this finger here is kind of jumping between, if you want to do that. If you want to be even better, you bring that one in and do it on there. So you go like that, but you want to keep it simple at the start. So, and the only way you're really going to get this is if you have the paperwork and the video. So make sure you use that. So why don't you just try that for a second and press pause whenever you can on these videos. It's really going to help you have time to play, and you don't have to listen to me banging on. So we got that. 2, 1. Then you're going to use your third finger and go to the, still staying on the B string, and you're going to play that on its own, nice and easy. So again, that B string, which is there. Maybe that's a bit of a better angle there, so you can see the rhythm a bit better. Again, the main thing for you guys to practice is thumb here, this finger here. You're always doing this kind of technique with those fingers, or just that on its own. If you can master that, that's going to make a massive difference for you. So don't be going, I'll do that and then I'll go there. No, cut that out altogether. The rhythm, tea, coffee. So remember a crotchet, which is a little circle with a line coming off. That is what we aptly term, that is a beat. That's worth one beat. And so I use the word T. And then quavers, when they're attached, when two are attached, they look like crotchets, but they've got a line attached to them at the top. And that'll be two crotchets. So coffee, tea, coffee, like that. So now let's add the next notes in, nice and easy. You're going to play an open string at the bottom this time. So you've done 2 on the second fret on the G, then you're going to the B string and the open A, then the third fret on the B. So you got. You just add that nought at the bottom with this finger. And then after you've done the nought, you play this one on the bottom and the A together. Yeah? So you got 2. Time, nice and slowly. Try and play along with me. Let's do that again. After 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, got that wrong there, sorry. So, I'm adding the next bit in now. So you've done. Then you're going to play 2, 3 on the bottom string. So nice and easy, again using this finger or this one. Now, with this hand, you want to have a couple of little fingers down there to hold it in place. When you're using these two, that might really help. Otherwise, you can hover in midair. What you don't want to do is this. Because you're taking your hand away from the guitar, and then you've got to go back, and it's counterproductive. So you want to kind of bring it, keep it close. So we've got, sorry. So you've got tea, coffee, tea, coffee, tea. Try that. Okay guys, so don't go on to this bit unless you feel really comfortable with the bit you've just done. Remember, playing guitar and learning stuff like it's like a jigsaw puzzle. You're not trying to find the next piece all the time. You're not trying to get to the next part of the song. Well, you are, but what I'm trying to say is just get really comfortable with the first bar or the first couple of bars. Feel like it's in the memory, it's in the muscle memory. That you feel like your hands and your general way of playing is becoming easier because you know it and you keep repeating it. So, you know, practice and repeat and repeat and repeat. And then have a rest and then play again. You think, yeah, I'm ready, go on to the next bit. So far, we've got this. Yeah? I'm a bit aware that maybe it's a bit dark over this bit of the guitar, so I'm just trying to keep everything open to the light in this room. So sorry about this. So after you've done that, you've done 2, 3. I'm then going to travel over to the 5th fret here and play that one with an open A. Okay? So imagine if we start from the 2, 3 bit and then go into that. After you've done those two, you're going to go back down to 3, 2. So imagine you're on the 5. From the start. Quicker this time. If you're getting a bit bored because I'm going slowly, fast forward it to this bit. It's really important that I can create a sense of I'm going at your speed. So it's important. So no, saying that, we're going to go a bit quicker now. Just want to gradually build up the speed and build up your technique with this hand. Okay, this is the point where it can be a bit tricky because you've got to go almost to an A chord, okay? But if you can see it on the paperwork, it says 0 on the bottom string, 2 on that string up, 2 on the next string up, and then you're playing an open A at there. Now, the problem with this bit is it's asking you to use 4 fingers on this. So you have a choice. You could either be really, really good and try and do that. So it would be like this. Let's call this a 3rd finger here. Let's call it a 4th actually. 4th. Then we're using our 3rd here. 2nd here. So you're playing those 2, 3 bottom strings, yeah? Then you've got your thumb here. So it's like that. Now, when you're doing this, I suggest you actually practice this out of the song. So you just get used to that idea of taking your fingers off, getting used to doing that. When you're playing, you're not going like this. You're just bending the strings slightly. You're kind of just doing that with your hand, like that. If you find that tricky, why not just do... You could just do the open A and that. It's up to you. If you wanted to play the song, just go. And then just do that. Oh, sorry. And then get up to the next string. You could just play those, or you could play like that. So this bit, if I played it properly, you're going to play that. Da. So those 3 at the bottom, that one there. And then you've got those 2 fingers there. And then after you've done that, da, then you're going to play the G after. So like, okay, so into that A style chord. Yeah? Now, when you get to that point, that's a really good point to think, do I need to go further yet, or shall I carry on? So it's really important to know that. So, in my opinion, guys, you've kind of, if you've got up to that point, if we call it like a jigsaw puzzle kind of method, I think that you've clicked two pieces together really nicely. So, being that you've got the first jigsaw piece being, sorry, that's like your first piece, isn't it? Which is basically one bar, apart from the two that you kind of jump into the bar on. What means you start on the two, so it's like almost at the end of the bar, the first bar. And then the second bit, jigsaw piece being, and then into this. Now I'm going to guide you through the next bit, which actually isn't that hard. So this bit is you start with your finger again on the 1. Again, what's really important, guys, is that you work with the paperwork with me on this. So it's not just a video, because this is good, but it's going to be great that you've got two methods. So this time, you've finished on that A, then you're going to finger on the first fret on the B string, which is not the bottom, but the next one up, and you're playing that with the 0 again. And you're going from these two to a 3 on its own on the third. Nice and easy. Again, if you use the right fingers, it is easy. So I've done the 1 and the 0 together, then the 3 on its own, flicking up, and then the 0 on the bottom, haven't I? Again, pause when you need to. After that 0, you're playing the A again with the bottom E together. So it's like this. Everyone feel okay with that? So we're on this. There's 1 on the first fret with the open A. 3rd on the B string, which is this one here. So you got, and then the E and the A. And then 3-1 on the B string again, which is this one. So you got 3 note 3 1. Okay. Last bit coming up. I find personally this bit a bit tricky. Sorry, as I just mentioned. So this bit I'm going to show you next. Okay folks, so this is a little tricky bit I find, but it's alright, get there. So this time, so you've done, now you're going to be putting your second finger on the D string on the 2nd fret, okay? Let's just sound like that. You can play that and the B, open B together, which is the, not the bottom one, next one up, so it should sound like this. So you've done that, and then you have to go, so you're on the D, then you're jumping down after you've done that, so you're bringing that, and then you're bringing the finger to the G, so you were like that on the D and the B, and then you move this one down to here, and you're going to use that finger there. You're not going to use your thumb. You're not going to go like that. You're going to go like that. And then after you've done the 2 there, you're going to go to the 1 on the G string. So we've got the D and the B. Again, the D being on the 2nd fret. da, 2, 1. And you can see when I do the jump, I don't use another finger, don't make it complicated, I just put that one down there, then I put first finger there, so it's on this side of it, you got. And then after you've done that one, you actually then go back to the G again. So you go back to there, and then you're playing, now you're playing the, so you've done the 1 there, you go back to the 2 on the G, and you play that and an A. So that one and an A. So what you've got is, you start again, let's go back because it can be a bit confusing. You've got the, you're on the 2nd fret on the D string, which is the 3rd string on the top, and you're playing this one, and there, you're playing that. Then you go to the G string, which is below the D, to the same fret, 2, 1 on the same string, then your finger goes back to where it was before the 2, which is the, getting confused now, that, then move it down to the G2, 1, then back to the 2 on the G, playing that with an open A, and then another 1 on the G to finish. So if I go through that all quickly, so you got, find your position again, make sure you're on the right string, okay, shake, I'm kind of pressing the ones you need to be on, D on the 2nd, and that one there, so we go, and drop that finger down to the G on the 2nd, to the 1 on the G, then back to the 2 on the G, but playing with an A hit this time, and then 1 hit on the G again on the 2. So it should sound like this. Spend some time on this, guys, and you'll get there. Sometimes you can make it more complicated than you think, and after a while, after learning, you think, oh, it's not as bad as I thought. So again, guys, be patient with yourself. You've got the time to do this. Get addicted to the song, get really into it, get yourself wrapped up in it, and you'll get there, because you'll hopefully see things happening. And that's the whole sequence. I do it slower. Sorry. And you'll be glad to know when you look at the paperwork that you basically repeat that all. Just double check. Pretty much you repeat exactly the same thing, apart from you are not jumping in. You're not starting the next bit with a 2 again. It's you start with the 1 more. So if I played it twice, it'd be like this. Okay, that's where this video ends. Get that bit sorted, then you'll have learnt half the song. And I'm going to go into the second bit and hopefully try and get that video over to you maybe at the same time as this one. But the main thing is get that sorted. The next bit is a bit more tricky. But for now, get on with this, guys, and just enjoy playing. Just get involved, because I want to, you know, honour the lessons that you've paid for. Any questions or anything, get in touch. Cheers.